Greetings, fellow frontiersmen. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Farthest Frontier 1.0, Episode 12, Upgrading Our Town Center. So build defenses, comma, glass blowing, canning, and was there anything else? Glass blowing, canning? I think that was it, because the brewery's already coming. The problem is the glassmaker requires tier 3 town, because we are going to need to make bricks, and the preserving also requires. So let me update that. Build defenses and stockpile for tier 3 town center, because everything is contingent upon the bricks unlocked by tier 3 town center. But we're getting pretty close to the gold, and we already have the clay, so it's just a matter of getting the wood planks stocked, and we'll have everything we need. Okay, I have enough gold for the town center. I have enough clay for the town center. Awesome. So we have 2937. In fact, I'm going to move 3,000 gold into the trade post. So we have 3,000 gold in the trade post ready to go. Also, Atka just showed up, and I have like 200 hides. So let's sell her 120 of them. And then we'll have a massive overabundance of gold. Alright. We're losing crops due to this dough just because I tried to make a well and a gate. I'm not worried about it. I mean, one dough is not going to destroy my entire farm. It's going to eat a little bit of wheat. I'll send my troops out here to guard the farm. I mean, there's nothing for them to do otherwise. Might as well have them do that. And then about the defenses. I'm going to put a fortified gate here. And walls. And this is going to be the start of defending the western half of our town. I also prioritize this gate, so now we won't need troops there. So, 80 crops. Sucks, but, you know, whatever. The brewery's going! Woo! Okay, we have 3,700. Ooh, you know what? I'm actually going to buy knowledge. Spend a little bit of our money to buy science points. Let's get metallurgy to make iron easier to produce. And then knowing that soon we will have clay brick making once we get a tier 3 town, it also means we should stockpile in coal, because bricks is clay plus coal. So we're going to want a bit of clay and coal surplus. Where are my laborers cutting down trees, primarily? Probably in this batch of trees. If I move my wagon... God, who knows where my wagon is, though? If I'm moving my wagon there, I can collect the wood quicker. Is there a easy way to figure out where your wagon is? Storage, maybe? No? What if I checked where my wood's being stored? No? It's one of the questions I've always had with this game is, like, how to find your wagon where you've parked it. I think I parked it around my... Oh, yeah, here it is. How would I ever... I mean, God, it's like Waldo. Alright, so I'm going to try to park my wagon in the middle of these trees so that we can store the wood quicker. So I can amass wood for wood planks. Now, if we have walls around here, it wouldn't be a terrible idea to get a lookout tower. One of the things I did say is lookout towers are relatively expensive for upkeep. A lookout tower's upkeep is 10 gold, or 5 gold. But if I did a lookout tower here, there would be a benefit of these stone walls. So I think I'm going to build it anyway, so that if I get attacked by raiders in the west and northwest, that I don't have to rally my troops to this point as quickly as I otherwise would have. And my food stores have been pretty solid for a while now. Man, the amount of smoked meat I've got is ridiculous. 1,300? That's very solid. Oh, I forgot. We also are now brewing beer. So I'm going to reduce my beer brewers, because we're not actually consuming the beer. So beer is water plus grain plus honey. It would not be a bad idea for me to have a well. Let's put it right behind the brewery. To have a well adjacent to the brewery so that the brewer can have access to the water. Well, that's just so that we're using up the honey in a positive production loop. I don't intend to build a pub unless I need it for happiness. My happiness right now is 94%. The way the pub works, if you're wondering, is people will drink, but if they're very unhappy, they drink until they're violent. And that's not great. So it's best to entertain your people without relying too heavily on beer, in my opinion. Or otherwise it could be a negative loop, feedback loop. Nice. My cooperage maxed out for meat and is nearly maxed for everything else. Awesome. Late harvest usually indicates you don't actually have enough farmers for the work. Either because there's too many queued up concurrent tasks, or too few farmers hired. So I'm going to hire one more farmer for a total of 13 over 12. See if that makes a difference for next season. Because it's not the first time we've lost food to rot. This poor wheat field got hit by animals, frost, and rot all at the same time. Regardless, we haven't even used up all the grain from last year's harvest, so it's not like I'm going to run out of grain. Also, my blacksmith shut down. On purpose. But it made all the tools and all the heavy tools I need, so all those blacksmiths are now in the laborer pool. Which means maybe they're getting a relic. Please, please excavate it. They probably won't. Research point. Let's get metallurgy again. Because now, after metallurgy, we'll be able to get quarry. Because I have the road out to the deep stone deposit. But I don't have the tech point researched yet. So if you're trying to keep track, we have 78 of the 200 wood planks we need for the Town Hall Tier 3, and everything else is acquired. The gold is being stored in the trade post. Oh god, you know what I just realized? Okay. The new storehouse that we have, I didn't actually set up correctly. I didn't turn food off or herbs or honey. Luckily, like, they hadn't been storing that stuff. They just put smoked meat in just now. But yeah, it was set up wrong up until a moment ago. The issue with smoked meat. My root cellar that stores smoked meat is literally full. So I have smoked meat allowed in my other root cellars, but I gotta keep an eye on that because my other root cellars are nearly full of food as well. Eventually we'll be able to upgrade these root cellars to brick root cellars. But that won't come until we got a tier 3 town as well. So we have a lot of things waiting for a tier 3 town. Do I still have the other salvage spot prioritized? I don't. No, it's not allowed. We're just waiting on this relic. It's really just a matter of my like builders and laborers getting out there, but they're like lazy. One way I could do it is I could deselect like all harvest jobs so that there's like nothing else for them to do but go out there. It's kind of like the nuclear option, if you will, but not necessarily a terrible one if I'm desperate for a relic. So because I have enough logs right now to cut into wood planks, I'll just do that. What I'll do is I'll tell them to harvest maybe some stone still, but then all of my other laborers should be going out to this excavation site. The other thing to note is it's not a bad idea to send your troops out to your excavation site because excavation sites can attract raiders when you're trying to take the relics out. So rallying your troops to guard makes a fair bit of sense. Another thing I can do to help my laborers is to start using the wagon shop. It's going to draw down my wood planks, but having a wagon move around things like clay, sand, iron will help as well. So my laborers have to make fewer trips because the wagon handles the bulk goods. Yeah, here we go. So deselecting all this stuff, you can see all these builders. Oh no, these are my soldiers. But here we go. Kelowna and Efri and Grada. Okay, screw you guys. They were coming out to excavate, and then they were like, it's cold, and they left. But they will come back as soon as the coldest part of the winter subsides to get us our first relic. They tricked me. So just as a reminder, oh yeah, here we go. Look at them storming the stone. So here's my lookout tower, and I'm going to hire 2 guards, not just the 1. So if raiders come bothering me over here, they get shot to hell. So I'm looking for laborers that are... Yep, here we go. Irving is heading out to the excavation site. So, moving my troops back out there again, now that it's warmer. And I'll guard the excavators. I'll probably need to queue up more work for my laborers, though. Yeah, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 more excavators, or 3 more excavators. Essentially, the issue is, it's like, despite the fact that it was prioritized, it's still a lower priority task than, like, tree cutting and mining, for the most part. So if you have tree cutting and mining tasks queued up, you just never get around to excavation, and it's really frustrating. Same with salvage. So you'll need to micromanage it to be able to put your thumb on the scale and force your excavators to do the excavation, which is what I'm doing here. So I think what I'll do this season, because we have plenty of logs for firewood and planks still, is to excavate and salvage everything up in this corner, so that we can make use of our temple finally. Because you guys voted for me to get a temple, and I'm sure you voted for me to get a temple, assuming that I would get a relic, and we haven't gotten one for the last few years. Alright, I'm turning my blacksmith forge back on to say make swords until you have 3 to 5 swords, because my lookout guard over here is missing a sword, and it would, you know, he's more effective if he has one. Here we go. Excavators doing their thing. Alright, he still pays big for hides. Sure. Take them. Even take shoes, too. I have more shoes than I need. Bring in the big cash. He's selling a root of the first tree, which allows orchards to produce more fruit. I'd be really tempted to buy that if it wasn't saving up for a town hall, because that's a really nice relic to have. More fruit from orchards sounds sexy, but I'd rather have the town hall instead. So the lore behind this is ruins left behind by a forgotten people. Once the temple is constructed, it can be excavated to discover relics and wealth from the past. So it's just like some civilization that predates you. It doesn't really specify more than that. My root cellars are pretty close to maxing out. So I was hoping, I didn't want to do this, but I'm gonna build another one, because it would be real stupid to have nowhere to put our fresh produce. And there we go. The other salvage and excavation site are also getting labor. Oh no, 97, you frickin' jerks! All right, hold on. Remove his target. No, ugh, they're not coming back. I hate every... Okay, Grata.
Work to be done.
You'll do it. I believe in you. Ah, frickin' raiders. Okay. So this raid party, if you're wondering, is definitely coming to the excavation site. There's only one party. It's spawning here. And it's essentially coming to stop me from excavating, which is fine. That's why I issued the troops out here in the first place. Grata, you failed me. You did 1% of the work and then you left. You're my classmates back in college on group projects. Just doing the... No, not you two! $99. 90 freaking 9.
At the ready. As you command.
Well, I have my light infantry easily wiped the floor with those raiders, because the raid party coming to mess with your excavation sites are really weak. The good news is we were ready for it. Oh, and there we go. So here's the salvage from this site. They already finished. And they got a lot of stuff. They got a lot of swords that I am not going to need to manufacture anymore in
Hello
my blacksmith. Villagers get hungry 15% slower. So when you install a relic, there's like a year cooldown for what you can swap it to. So I'm not going to install that relic because I want to see what the other one has first. And then I'll pick the best of the two. There was also one more relic that I think we could probably excavate down here. So I'll queue up people to excavate, and I'll try to pick the best of the three. The other thing I could do is you can hire a second preacher so that you have 2 slots. And this is going to be the temple of Eternal Yoda. That's right. All right, research point. We'll get Quarry. Cheers. Once the excavation site is done, you can also harvest stone from it, but this is not the closest stone that I have to my town center or my storage, so there's no point in doing that. Oh. I was going to sell this to the other person, but I guess I'll sell this to Atka. Oh, and then also I can sell all of my beer to Atka. At 7 a pop? And more immigrants? Hell yeah. So with this new wave of immigration, it is definitely time for me to queue up the next 3 farm fields. Also, we have so many laborers now that I'm going to start to gather stone and wood again. Because otherwise we're just going to have, like, idleness. Even given the excavation teams that I've got. Because I've got 32 laborers. The reason I'm not building the cannery and the glass blower is because I'm trying to conserve wood planks for that. Plus it needs clay bricks anyway. So there's kind of no point until I get the clay brick production. Okay, oh shoot, never mind. Can't get this one. My villagers wander a little bit too close to this raid camp. So it's not safe.
Yes?
Oh, look at that. Lovely amounts of gold. We're finally at a point where we're producing a lot of excess goods, and we can sell it for big bucks. With that said, I am going to urgently need wood, because we're about to run out of the wood that I had stockpiled if we want to continue making planks for the tier 3 upgrade. Another thing I might want to consider is only allowing raw meat and raw fish to be stored in this root cellar right next to the smokehouses, and then the smoked stuff to be stored down here. So I just made that change because I think that makes the most sense. So basically, finished food is here, and food in process is here, and that's going to be a lot of stuff to be transported around. But that's fine. I'm hoping my excavators finish that second relic site. But all the same, here we go. So one of the other advantages of putting a relic in is it does increase the spirituality bonus from the temple. So the people that live, the people that are getting their spirituality needs from within the region of this temple will have their spirituality needs met even more. So because I'm not likely to be able to get to this without clearing this raid camp, which is not unreasonable to hire more archers to clear that out, but I'll just store both relics. I don't even care what this one produces because I'll just store it as well. Whoa, that was quick. So these are the 3 new fields. And the thought I had for these new fields was for them to be focused on root vegetables. Because root vegetables can be preserved, whereas leafy greens cannot. So things like carrots and turnips can be preserved in glass. And that will help to stretch our food stores. 41%. All right. Laborers. Go excavate, please. Just because I'm really curious what that relic is, I'm going to force my laborers to go do that. I know it's going to result in me having a bunch of idle laborers, but I don't care. We finally are prosperous enough that doesn't really matter to me. We're also very close to having enough planks for the upgrade. Look at all of them. And you know, with like this wall of laborers coming, that they're gonna do 1% of the work and then leave. Right? Like that it's just gonna happen that way, I know it. Because they're jerks. I probably won't be able to get this last field before winter comes, because it's already getting pretty cold and there's still 1,000 work left to do. Alright. Will they finish before winter sets in? I don't know. It really is a race against the clock. I think they're going to do it. No! Why? For real? Tell me there's another excavator. Okay, there's another excavator coming. Truman.
Need anything?
Well, Truman will be present for the excavation. No, seriously, like, they just trolled me. They're, is it, like, coded to do that? It must be. Like, there's no other explanation as to why they screwed me that hard. It's truly ridiculous. Come on. All I'm asking is 1%. Don't leave, don't leave, don't leave. Ark of the Vengeful Dead. Raiders and wildlife are more deadly and aggressive. No. I'm not installing that. You can't make me. Good news. We have everything we need for Tier 3 town. But why? So the why is, if you want more spirituality bonus, you can install it in your relic slot. It's not a wise thing to do, but you can. Current priority. Build a tier 3 town. So, knowing that we have the tier 3 town, as soon as the tier 3 town takes over, I know I'm going to want stone roads kind of like everywhere. So I'm going to queue up stone harvest like everywhere around me to be grabbed, because we're going to have a massive need for stone right when the tier 3 goes. So there we go. Like every stone, no stone left unturned. And tier 3 town, you are now prioritized. Can I sell it? I don't think you can. I might be wrong, but I don't think you can sell relics. Don't quote me on that, but I've not ever myself been able to sell one. For better or for worse. Wow, that root cellar already filled up. So all the gold, all but 13 has been delivered. I'm wondering who's moving the timber and the clay. There's the timber. Truman. Hey, it's Truman again. That dude's reliable. He's the one that dug up the relic too. All right, research. Let's see. This one's a little weird, but I'm going to go with sheet composting. Oh, also, I just noticed I will have invested enough knowledge to unlock the next tier. That might change my decision a bit. Because if it unlocks the next tier, that means deep mines I can get. Or citadels, or school of thought. I'm actually going to go steal surgical tools, because my monthly income's almost enough to support Healer House. Alright, here we go. Here's the builders moving cartloads of clay to the town hall. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You keep voting for chopping stone faster? The reason I haven't gotten that tech is like stone cutting. I mean, it's not bad, but stone cutting is kind of a matter of just like throwing labor at it. So now that I have labor, it's not urgent. It's not to say it wouldn't be helpful. I'm definitely going to get it at some point because it's a really useful one to have, but it's not something I'm suffering from at the moment. Because I'm getting hella stone quickly. Although, I'm about to use up all of it, basically, for roads. That much I know. Can I research better armor for our archers? So, archers will use... Not really, no. The TLDR is basically no. Archers will use hide coats. They won't actually use, like, halberds. They're not queued for that. Ooh. Buying this hunter cabin relic. Yeah, let's buy that if I can. 100 cabins yield more meat. Would be super nice to have. The thing is, I guess I could sell off some tools. Oh, there it is! That sound. Tier 3 achieved. So Tier 3 achieved means I can get deep mines. I'm actually going to get stone cutting before I get deep mines because I don't urgently need deep mines. But it also unlocks School of Thought, which is a Grand Academy, which is awesome, but I don't have the resources for that yet. So the big things that get unlocked immediately from this. 1, better roads. So let's, this road here is very commonly used. I'll get that one upgraded. The roads to the industries here should get upgraded as well. And then the road that goes into the market needs to get upgraded as well. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more roads that I'm going to want to get upgraded, but these are the immediately high priority need ones. Another thing that we're going to want almost immediately is the brickyard. Being able to make bricks is going to allow me to upgrade like basically everything else. So this brickyard is the highest priority. So the current priority is take advantage of Tier 3. Other big ones will be an upgraded market once we have clay. An upgraded festival pole. I actually can get that right now. For more entertainment and more desirability. Basically, anything that can be upgraded should be upgraded when it like benefits your bottom line. But the big one is brickworks and the roads. Roads for reducing travel time. And brickworks, because everything we want to build right now requires bricks. So the things requiring bricks would be the glassmaker. Requires 155 clay bricks. It's a hell of a lot of bricks. And then the glassmaker will lead to the preservation, the preservist, which also requires 100 bricks. So that's just a ton of bricks needed. But those two industries are going to be instrumental in making sure that our food doesn't spoil as quick as it has been. Plus, glass is a luxury good that your populace will eventually demand. So right now, our homesteads, in order to upgrade, need candles or pottery, which isn't a big deal, but the next tier, they'll need like glasswork, stuff like that. There we go. Brickyard's already all set. If we're getting a brickyard, we need to make sure that we're able to store bricks in the stockyard over here. Checked. So we store clay, coal, and bricks and sand, because the glass blower will go up here eventually as well. Yeah, you can see you can actually visibly see how much faster they walk on brick over dirt. It's pretty noticeable. It's like a 10-15% bonus, something like that. So here's the brickyard. I'm gonna fill it. Whoa, that is a lot of graduates. And we're being attacked. So I know I'm going a little bit over time, but I will not leave you hanging. We'll actually defend against this raid. Or raids. They are not... So the other thing I can do is these two are not... They're soldiers. they're not part of my, like, army, per se, but they are full-fledged soldiers, and they're going to be really handy in, like, waylaying the enemy, because they have, a bow, arrows...
At the ready.
And swords,
Your command?
although they don't have a lot of arrows, to be fair. But they're still a net benefit. Oh, it's not a large group of them either. Yeah, they're gonna get killed real fast.
At once. Right away.
You guys, you're in danger. Back up. So unlike the last fight, where, like, I eked out victory by drafting a whole bunch of civilians, this fight should be a wee bit different.
Your command.
Your command?
And luckily, they kind of, like, as long as you don't engage them, they kind of, like, rally and stand around. Wow, Urka, you are ballsy. Dude just started mining stone, like, out from under them. No, where are you going?
At the ready. Your command.
Jessix, I think he'll survive.
At the ready.
I might want to have him
Your
disengage.
command.
Just to keep
It
him
will
alive.
be done.
Yep, he's okay. Alright, the fight's
Right
not
away.
fully over. Like, people are still moving around. But, I
As
don't
you
think I lost a
command.
soul. Nope. Killed 21 of them. Probably more, because it doesn't count after, like, the victory has been called. Yeah. A bit different of a result, huh? You know, we went from getting our butts kicked and losing, like, 6 or 7 to killing 20, probably 25 raiders without a single loss. I would say that's a bit of an improvement. And the people that are hurt were not wounded from that fight. They were hurt prior. There we go. There's the paid festival poll. Desirability is now in the, like, low 40s to mid 40s range as a result of that gain. The other thing, ooh, shoot. They left before I could trade, but that's all right. I'll just put the goods back. I got busy, understandably. But I think, friends, this is where I'm going to leave off, having ramped up the last 3 fields, upgraded the tier 3, and then started to take advantage of the tier 3 infrastructure for cobbled stones and brickworks, so that we can start to grow big and become truly prosperous. But that is where I'm going to leave off, at least for this week. Thank you for tuning in to Farthest Frontier 1.0, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow settlers.